Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Dad 1. Nice of you to join me. If you could like and subscribe, especially subscribe, it's free of charge. It would be a huge help to the channel. And today I have got for you an absolutely beautiful Boss&co dip action side lock under snap. She's a gorgeous thing. Now this gun I bought, I think it was in 1996. I swapped my Beretta 686 for it and a Chia round bodied side lock with 27-inch barrels that I was using at the time, and I swapped it for this. Yes, I'm not sure what it Riddle I think is the name. So this is a beautiful gun under snap Boss&co. We've got Boss&co on the lock plates. We've got the Boss&co house style rose bouquets on there. The gun has been rebarreled by T. Wild, 17 to 18 of Whittle Street, Birmingham. So I bought this gun. I saw the name Boss&co on it, and I thought this is probably the only chance I'll get to have something with Boss&co written on it. And it caught my eye, and I thought that's a nice gun, and I tried it up. I was like, wow, yeah, I'm going to have this. So I part-exed in my two guns that I had at the time, and this is what I've got. I was told when I bought it by someone that it was a bastard because it had a different maker's barrels on it. I should think that the original Damascus barrels got worn out. This gun is getting up for 150 years old. And before we go any further, let's go up to Buxton, up to Cold Springs Farm Gun Club, put a few shots with it. And we'll get back here and we'll take a proper look at it. Oh!
Love this under snap, it opens really nice. With the no big top lever, doesn't impede your vision at all.
What's that, a 20 ball?
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Got them ones.
Nice pair. He's ever such a slender little thing. Really nice. See what we can do. Oh! Oh! Ooh. Sure what I did on first. I love that. It's brilliant. Whoa! Pole! Nice pair! Pole! Ooh!
back edge. One shot left. Just do as a single. Pull. Awesome. So lovely to get out with this 20 gauge Boss&co under snap with a rising bite on Thomas Bissell and Rigby's third rising bite action under snap. It's a right one, this gun, but yeah, nice to get out and shoot some clays with it, but ultimately it's a game gun. I think I'll make another video of me shooting some pheasants with it in the winter. But no, she handles absolutely magnificently. She comes up a charm. £5 5 ounces, this gun. What can we say about this? So, there's so many things. This gun is an absolute dream to shoot. It comes up nice. It's so well balanced. It's absolutely magnificent. So there we are on the pin. Yeah, she's even pretty steady. Absolutely lovely balanced gun. 28-inch barrels, 20 gauge. So the chance of having a 20 gauge Boss&co, I jumped at it. I realised that it perhaps wasn't as valuable as some could be, but then I wouldn't have been able to afford it. But yes, let's get into it. So, Thomas Bissell. We've got to mention this chap. So, him and John Rigby co-patented this action design. Thomas Bissell, I believe, was a maker to the trade. So he made guns in London for the high-end gun makers of London. And this is something that went on. And there was also Birmingham makers making guns for the London trade. But they came up with this paten. And here we have a Rigby and Bissell rising bite, vertical bolt, drop edge sidelock with a pair of wild barrels on it. It's the right thing. It's a gorgeous gun. Don't know if you can see that. We've got safe inlaid with gold there. It's absolutely, the way it shoots, I think I say when we're out shooting the clays, it's so easy to shoot. And the undersnap lever is really, instinctive. I think before you had the Scott top lever, of all the ones, this would be 3.5 pound trigger pulls, crisp as you like. I've had the locks out of it, W Mansfield locks, they're signed inside, really crisp trigger pulls. Like I say, they've been clicking away. Them springs are near as damaged to swearing, 150 years old. And then when you push the underlever open, you can hear it cock. And because it's a downward motion with your thumb, it doesn't dig into your thumb. It's got like a little butter knife turned up edge on it there. It's ever so pretty. We've got some cross hatching on there. You just push it down and then chuck your cartridges in and snap her closed. And it snaps closed and you throw her up and there's nothing in the way. Just so sleek. Absolutely fantastic. So I think that Thomas Bissell was a hell of a gun maker. And he had a very close working relationship with Rigby. Rigby was next door to Boss&co. Now, I can only assume with this gun that a wealthy individual went to Boss&co, ordered himself a gun. And I'm not 100% sure on this. My father's not with me anymore, but not long after I bought this gun, he'd been in touch with Boss&co, so this is like 1995, 1996. And he was told that the gun had gone to Osborne House, but they didn't have the name of the person who had ordered the gun. But that was where they believed the gun had gone. Now, whether this was for a lady, I think this is a lady's gun. I mean, I absolutely love shooting either grouse or partridge with this. I mean, I've never really shot grouse with it, but it's so fast. It comes up so well. It's such a nice handling gun. It really is. As an upland gun, it's amazing. It weighs nothing. It is. You could shoot this gun one-handed. I swear to God, and hit stuff with it. It is absolutely. I think it's a fantastic action with this third bite. So we've got an underlever undercatch forend that most of the Rigbys had. Yeah, a really nice, very simple. We've still got a bit of the colour case hardening there. Really nicely engraved, very simple. And an interesting Rigby feature, if you'd like to call it. There we go. That's the Birmingham barrels that have obviously been made in a later date. Now, this gun has been shot. I'm sure the barrels were shot out. And you've got to remember with a lot of these guns, they weren't in houses that were underfloor, central heated, roasty, toasty, warm houses. Even my house when I was a young lad, you know, they were damp, cold places. And the original barrels, 150-year-old barrels, you know, they took some looking after. The powders were corrosive. This is a 2.5-inch chambered set of barrels that it's got on it. I'll just have a quick show here. Well, as you can see, this key-shaped extension in the top rib, which gives you the third bite. Rigby still use this. They've brought out they've relaunched basically the Bissell and Rigby style third rising bite. People still consider it one of the sleekest, most beautiful side-by-sides made. But yeah, as you can see there, this extension gives it a great deal of strength. Not only that, I mean, how many top gun makers' names can you add into a gun? So we've got the Purdy style lockup. So we've got the Purdy lockup with the Bissell Rigby vertical bolt. We've got Boss&co on the action. We've got Mansfield locks. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so it's just there we go. We've got the patent number. Rigby and Bissell patent 1141, and this is the 286th gun made on that action. Proof marks wise, we've got the London proof marks. They'll have been the original proof marks. Then the gun's obviously been back to Birmingham. We've got the Birmingham proof marks that go with the Birmingham made barrels. Yeah, she's a really nice thing. Clips together ever so well, like I say. Click with that beautiful. You know, I can't believe it didn't catch on, to be honest. To the point where I think, do you know what? Is that actually better than a Scott top? Like, oh yeah, absolutely lovely. Yeah, what a thing. So, where does that bring us? Well, tell you what, let's start at the back and go through the gun. We've got this gorgeous bone heel plate, engraved screws, checkered at the rear. It mounts really well. they always did this little V cut into the stock there. Now when we're talking wood, we've got, it's not a loud piece of wood, but it's a really nice piece of walnut. As you can see where we've had oil run back into the stock, it's quite dark here. But it's obviously strong enough in the head, around the headwork. So this piece of wood, when the makers were making this gun, they've chose well. Because 150 years on, we've still got the original stock on it. So, you know, and the wood to metal fit is really good. It's, you know, it's just worn away. So we've had drop points here, flat point checkerings wearing away. The beautiful drop points are wearing away. It still feels really nice in the hand. Nice slim grip. Like I say, I think if you was a young man or a young lady, this 20 gauge, it's a really nice thing, you know, and I've knocked some stuff out of the sky with this. It's, yeah, I went out a lot with this when I was younger. I really enjoyed shooting it, and now I do a lot more clays, and it lives in cupboard a bit more. But every time I get it out, she goes pop. Very reliable. Yeah, as you'd expect, really, you know. Yeah, makers of best guns only, Boss&co. Did they make this? Did they have the work outsourced? I think that's what's happened. I think someone's gone in. They've had themselves a 12. They've said, I want to spend a little bit less money on my daughter or my son, or possibly his wife. And I think this is the gun that's come out. We've got this extended trigger guard here, running back, and you can see the engraving still on there, and it's, you know, it's decorated. We've got this silver oval in the stock. We've got some cross hatching on this butter knife turned, underlever. That's also got the Boss. So this gun is engraved in the Boss house style engraving. Now, really, you'd be thinking to yourself, is that a Boss&co? Why you would put Boss&co's name on a Thomas Bissell Rigby action, other than if you know, if you wanted to make yourself a boss, then this would not be the action that you chose, because obviously it's so closely associated with the other makers. But it's engraved in the house style for Boss. And it's a shame, I think, over the years, you know, it's wearing away down here, but we've got the bouquet of roses there. I don't know if you can see this. We'll put a few pictures in of this gun close-ups, you know, at the end of the video, just so you can see some of the attention to detail. But the shape here and the way that they're carved is absolutely beautiful. There's no doubt that, you know, we're talking best quality gun making. Like I say, the fact that these locks and these mainsprings in this side lock, you know, they're still going strong. Still, I dare say they'll do another 100 years if anyone's about. I won't be. So whoever ended up with it at some point has decided either the barrels are pitted, like I say, due to the corrosive powders or not being looked after. They've decided to get themselves a new set of barrels. I dare say they've been in touch with Boss&co, got an eye-watering figure for a set of barrels, and thought, yes, maybe we should get some made in Birmingham. Now, Wilds, T. Wilds, makes some nice stuff. Well-known, reputable Birmingham maker. someone's gone to Wilds and said, I'd like a set of barrels for this, and they've done a really nice job. Now, I did speak at the shooting show, it was possibly nearly 2 years ago now. I spoke to Mr. Blacker and I thought, I'd like to get this gun restored, you know, really brought back. I even considered having a set of barrels made, and there's only a few people you'd have make a set of barrels for a gun like this, really. Yeah. So, or do I just keep shooting it like it is? I'm not sure. But, yeah, there you go. So, we've got this back strap here. Now, I remember this as a young man. Not so much now. Possibly a bit stronger. This very flat safety catch. And obviously over 150 years of use, the cross-hatching has dulled off and it's not as sharp as it once was. And in the wet, it is not quite as, today, using it the other day, it's fine. But I do remember going out in it and thinking, something obviously got up. You know, I was obviously out in the rain, because that's the sort of thing I do. And, and I can remember struggling to shove, or just a little tiny moment's hesitation of flicking that off, you know, and the bird's another 10 yards further away, isn't it, I suppose. But no, it's working fine now and it's dry. But it does fit with these absolutely gorgeous lines. And then obviously we've got these fences here, which I'm sure that a lot of you will recognise as like the Rigby style, and Grant did a few like this. But we've got these lovely fences. Like I say, we're engraved with the Boss house style engraving. Yeah, and it's just a really nice sleek gun, very sleek forend. I must go and get one moment. Yeah, so when I'm using this gun a lot, I do like to use this lovely, it fits really nicely, handguard. There we go. I don't know if few people have seen these before, a lot of you will have, but look how nicely that. I bought that at the same game fair that I bought the gun, and I've had it years. Lovely little leather guard there. It's really nice to shoot with, actually. That it's yeah, you know, they're very popular. If anybody's got a side by side and they've put in a few more rounds through the gun than if they were just upland shooting or having walking a hedgerow, they're well worth having. And they just slip on. They're a lovely tight fit, slip on and off. Absolutely well worth owning. Yeah, but absolutely gorgeous gun. So like I say, we've got this dip-edged lock plate, W. Mansfield signed inside on the lock plate. I'll put a photo in of the insides of the locks. And then we've got Boss&co. Like I say, we've got the house style engraving, and it comes into this lovely shape underneath here, all engraved. We've got the forend, we've got the under latch type forend latch, and then we're into these 28-inch 2.5-inch 20 ball barrels. Yeah, she's an absolutely grand thing. I like it a lot, and I'd love it if anybody could tell me anything that I don't know about it. Now, I have this book here, Boss&co, Builders of Best Guns Only, by Donald Dallas. A really interesting book if ever you get a chance to read it. I think it's quite expensive, but it's a lovely book, and I'm sure a lot of you out there will know Boss&co. The Boss&co over and under, in my eyes, is along with a Woodward, is just the best gun really over and under in the world. And Boss makes all absolutely gorgeous guns, as a lot of the English gun trade did. Yeah, so there we have it. The Boss&co on a Thomas Bissell and Rigby rising bite, vertical bolt, dip edge, side lock. We've got the Purdy lockup with the extra vertical bite. We've got Boss&co's name on it. And we've got a set of Birmingham barrels. But it's an absolute delight to shoot. What else can I tell you about it? I think that's about it, really. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this gorgeous old gun. And like I say, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially subscribe. And comment. Please comment if you know anything or you can tell me anything about this gun and why it is what it is. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much and we'll see you next time.